Alright, we are now live on YouTube.
What is up, geeks and gamers? I'm Patrick from Archives Media. This is Archives Podcast, episode number 12. We're going to be talking about a couple things today. One of those is going to be Discord, conspiracy theories, Fallout 76 news, and video game coaching.
Alrighty, I'm Jordan from Archives. I mainly run the channel, edit the videos. Yerb.
I'm Wenzel. I only work on Saturdays.
Yep, that's pretty much also what I do.
So, I want to have a little bit of an experiment here, right?
Okay.
I want you guys to describe me the game Rust. Just describe the game to me as if I never played it before or I don't know what it is, right?
So, like, okay.
Yep.
I think I'll start, being that I've got 1 million hours in that game. I think I could probably give you a pretty good explanation.
Okay.
Okay, so you spawn in, you're naked, right? Naked on a beach. You have a rock and a torch. That's all you got.
Alright.
Your goal is to go find, materials, and, stone and metal and wood. Build yourself a house. It's kind of like Minecraft in that aspect. You build yourself a house. You get safe. You get some tools and
camp?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's about where the similarities end. Then there's another fellow walks up to you and he says, "Hey, let's be friends."
All right.
You say, "Okay." You let him into your house. If you have a code lock, maybe you give him your code, or maybe you give him a key.
Okay.
He comes in. A few hours later, his friends come, and they have AK-47s and rocket launchers. They break your door down. They take what little shit you have. And they kill you.
Things?
They break your base. And then you're back at square one.
Alright.
That's the TLDR. But yeah, you get a base, you get resources, you can get guns, and then ideally you get explosives and you raid other people and take their shit.
Alright. Wenzel, can you describe me the game of Rust?
Minecraft, but not blocky, with guns and shit.
Alright. No, I was having a thought this week, right? You know,
okay.
Patrick actually did a good job of describing what the game is, unlike someone, but
he's talking about you, Wenzel.
I know.
You know what that sounds a lot like to me? Fallout 76.
Press X to doubt.
I was like, yo, this game is basically Rust, right? I mean,
yeah.
You don't, right? Like, obviously, you do collect shit to craft it. You make a camp, not a base.
But same concept.
It's the same concept. I know you don't lose everything when you die, right? But the idea is basically the same. Can you make, like, a vending machine in Rust?
Yeah.
Okay, because that's what
There's definitely shops and shit like that.
So I'm just saying, would I...
They actually... I haven't... Sorry to interrupt. I haven't really been up to date with the game. I haven't played in a few months, but I think they just added it's like a trader zone. So it's a peaceful zone. There's like turrets outside, and if you go with a weapon in your hotbar and you get close, they shoot you. And there's like armed guards, NPCs roaming around inside.
Oh, shit.
And there's like, yeah, and there's like not traders, but there's vending machines. You can trade for wood, or you can trade for blueprint, all kinds of shit.
Alright, because I was thinking, like, would I buy Fallout 76? Because I know I'm turbo hyped for Fallout 76. I think you guys are both also turbo hyped for Fallout 76, right?
Mm-hmm.
Would you buy this shit if it was not, like, Fallout branded, right? That's what I was thinking to myself. And I was like, what games are out here like this? Because it's not a whole brand new concept, right? And I was thinking, yo, this shit is just Rust. And now I'm starting to think to myself, like, I don't think it's a cash grab by Bethesda, but I think it's something, Like, they're kind of playing the Fallout brand.
I mean,
yeah.
You still have missions and stuff to do.
In which game?
Correct? Fallout 76.
Yeah.
You don't have that in Rust.
No, but I'm sure if I mean, yes. Yeah, but that's kind of what Rust is. It's completely open world. It's it's whatever you want. Versus Fallout has always Fallout has always been mission-based survival. Yeah.
I'd be real sad if it's like Rust.
I'll probably enjoy it.
I don't think it'll be like Rust, but I think that's kind of the closest thing we have right now to Fallout 76.
Yeah, Rust, Ark maybe is similar, but Ark is complete cheeks.
Yeah, something like that, right?
I still think they're working on fixing that game.
Which game?
Ark.
Oh. So, I know a lot of people use Discord. We're using Discord right now, right?
Fortunately.
But
yeah,
how do they make their money, right? Because they got the Nitro service, but what kind of idiot pays for the Nitro service, right? Like, you don't really get anything.
They don't run ads, do they?
They don't run ads. No, they don't run ads.
Yeah, I've never seen ads.
So how do they get their money, right? If you check their EULA, the end user license agreement, and their terms of service, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing in there that stops them from selling people's information, right?
Yep.
No, I'm saying, right, like, normally a good practice to do when you download an app, right? You look for the product that they're trying to give you, right?
Mm-hmm.
If it's not an ad or trying to buy some shitty online currency that they have in their game so that you can reset your timer or whatever, right? And basically, if they don't have a product to sell, then the chances are you are the product they're selling, right?
Yeah.
So I'm saying I think Discord is selling all of our information, right?
Yeah.
What information do they have to sell though?
We're sitting
you
on
and I
here,
are talking.
We're sitting on here all day, all night, talking about whoever what the fuck we want, right?
Yeah, there's nothing stopping them from recording it. Somebody in some technician, or they have a filter that goes and scrubs the audio, and they find certain buzzwords that advertisers want, and they sell that information to advertisers. They say, okay, well, this guy is talking about fucking cats. Then they take this information. They're like, oh, well, this guy has a cat, and so they send that to cat food advertising companies and cat toy advertising companies and whoever the fuck else is going to be advertising for cat products.
I'm gonna get some cat food ads now.
I probably also will.
I do need some cat food.
So another thing that they got going for them, right? On the topic of Discord finances, right? So, there's all kinds of game launchers out there, right? You got, the Bethesda one, of course, Steam's the
There's a
big one.
Bethesda game launcher?
There's a Bethesda
what?
game launcher.
It's going to be the only way to launch Fallout 76.
Fallout 76 won't be on Steam, that's another thing, but I didn't really have anything to add to the conversation, so I didn't want to bring that up, but it got brought up. So, there's a shit ton of launchers out there nowadays, right? One of the biggest factors is that you don't have your friends on there, right? And I think that Discord could do it, like they could pull this off, right? Because the two main problems I have is that I don't have my friends on there, so I have to re-add everyone I want to play with. And I only go there for a specific game, right? Like if I just go there to play, let me think, like Battlefield, like if I own Battlefield 3, right? And I just open up Origins every time I want to play Battlefield 3. I'm not getting on there very much, right?
Yeah.
But I'm on Discord all the time, and if I have Battlefield 3 on Discord, right? That's kind of a game changer.
Yeah.
So I think that Discord's one of the few people that might be able to pull off, like, competing with Steam.
Okay.
Alright.
Fun fact, Steam actually also does have a chat service. They don't.
Yeah.
It's not really used a whole lot, but back in the day, before Discord was a thing, and people didn't want to, because like your Skype username, a lot of times people had like their name as their Skype username, so it was like Johnny fucking Johnson.
Yeah.
I don't want to give some random dude.
Oh, my name's Johnny Johnson.
That I ran into in Daisy in a fucking police station. I don't want to give him my name, so I'm like, I'll just add me on Steam, and I'll call you on Steam, and we can, do that.
Yeah.
I mean, personally, I didn't really give a shit, because if you're gonna dox me, then you know what, dox me.
Yeah.
But I'll dox myself. But yeah, that was just thing. Yeah. Sorry about that.
So it's time for the game deals of the week.
Hit me with it.
The Nintendo Switch Pro Backpack for carrying your Nintendo Switch around. I might have to scoop this. 25% off. It's $30 right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the Fallout 4 Game of the Year edition. There's the QuakeCon going on right now, right? So everything by Bethesda, huge discounts, right? Huge. I'm talking Fallout half off on Steam, right? Nah, don't be a whack sucker, right? Scoop that on G2A. 63% off, right? $22. And Civilization 5, great game. We have all played it.
That's a solid game.
73% off right now. It's just $8. So that's the game deals of the week.
I'm curious. How big of a backpack do you need to carry the Switch? Because it's
not
a pretty small
not a big
device.
backpack, but it
Yeah.
it carries the docking station too.
So it's like I want to go to my friend Timmy's house.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna bring my whole setup.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Is the docking station the only way to charge it, or is there a cord?
No,
I
you
plug in?
can. It's just a USB Type C cord. Any USB Type C will charge it.
Okay. Still contemplating getting one.
So Wenzel, what are your topics?
So we've all played Fortnite, right?
Unfortunately.
Yep.
And you know how building is pretty much the only way to win.
They've been working on that, right? Are they still doing stuff with it?
They're gonna try to do a pretty big push where they limit how much wood and materials you can carry to, like, I think I don't know how much it is right now, but they're gonna drop it down.
Significantly less.
Yeah, you can only carry half of that.
All right.
So it might work. The only way I could see it working is when you're at the end of the match and you've depleted all your wood. Then it's actually a gun brawl. And if you have any materials left, it's gonna be 100, maybe 2.
No, I think, right, like, I don't think that's going to stop a whole lot, right? Because right, like, when I build, I'd maybe use, like, 100, right? So if I get in a gun brawl with someone who also has 500, right? Because at the end of the game, before, everyone had, 1,000 wood. Everyone just had the max wood, because you got a couple kills at that point. You were farming the whole game, right? Like, there's no way you didn't have max materials, except on maybe, like, metals and bricks, right? So I think you're just going to have 500, like, 500 on them.
Uh-huh.
And 1,500 is enough to get into, like, a huge gunfight, I think what they need to do, I got two ideas, right? So one of them is you have, like, a building timer, right? Like, once you build something, you need to wait a second before you can build something else, right? Or maybe not a second, or some, pick a good time. They'd have to test it or whatever, but there's some sort of countdown timer like that, so you can't just spam things, right? My second thing, they might have to use, like, a combination, right? So right now you can build, like, up to, like, 1.5 building distances away from you, right? So you can do the one in front of you, and if you're not too far away, you can do the one, like, 2 in front of you.
Following that? Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah. I think that you need to be, like, right on top of whatever you're building. Like, you need to be right next to it. Like, if you're in the center of a square, you shouldn't be able to build 4 walls right from where you're standing, right? I think that's another way or a way that they could solve that issue, right?
Okay.
That's just what I thought of.
The walls. Mats are significantly weaker. It takes 2 pickaxe hits to break wood.
All right.
Yeah, I heard something about that.
I don't know how much. I don't know if they've done the same with brick and metal though, because I don't play it.
Yeah, I also don't play Fortnite, but
I'm cheeks.
I mean, I just don't play because I think the game is cheeks, but I'm also not the best at the game. But maybe that's why I think it's bad.
since we're not the best of the game, you want to know how you can solve that?
Just build.
For $20 an hour, you can rent yourself a gaming coach for Fortnite.
How much is it for Ninja?
Probably more than $20 an hour. So I was reading a little bit earlier, a few days ago actually, that there are parents who are investing into their kids' future as pro gamers.
I think I heard about this on the radio, actually. On my drive to work. Maybe. But anyway, continue.
So I'm assuming all of us have watched a pro gaming league of some sort.
Of course.
There's not that many spots really open for a pro gaming league. Do you think this is parents giving their kids a false hope? Like, little Timmy, you're moderately good at Fortnite. Here's
maybe
20 grand worth of training from this guy who thinks he's a pro at it.
Right, because whenever I played, right, because I used to be huge back in the day, right? I don't know if you heard of me, right?
In Fortnite, or
no, not in Fortnite. Just, like in Black Ops 2, right?
Yeah, we were pretty good.
When you had a coach, right? What they really did was they were looking at the spawns for you, and they were kind of organizing people, right? They weren't telling you how to play, right? Like you had no shit someone standing behind all four of you, like watching where all four of you were at, and like telling you basically where people are gonna spawn. Because back in Black Ops 2, like the spawns made sense, right?
Yep,
it did. I remember. You could easily predict where the other team's gonna spawn based off of where you four are on. And like if you're playing, it's hard to kind of notice where. I mean, it's not hard to notice, but
it's one of those things you don't really think about.
It takes time to keep track of, right? And if you're at like a tournament like that, you want your focus like completely on what you're doing, right? Not on what your other three people are doing, right? So what the coach would kind of do is they would kind of take some of that mental load off of you, so you didn't have to think as much, and you could just focus on what you were doing, right? So that's how I've always thought of a coach, because they can't, right? Like a lot of it's just like aiming your mouse or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like the coach can't aim the mouse, make you play like Shroud, you know? You got to do that on your own, right? But what they'll do is they'll take some of the mental load off of the plate of all of the players on the team, you know?
Yeah.
So unless you're gonna have someone who's gonna, because you only get better at aiming by aiming, right? Like,
yeah,
or your movement, that sort of thing. You can't have someone do that for you.
Yeah, you have to build that muscle memory.
Yeah.
A coach isn't gonna be able to sit you down and be like, "Nah, this is how you do it."
Yeah, no. Most of the things in video games, they're not like.
Yeah, I can tell you how to. You can read as many books, and I can tell you how to hit a baseball as many times as you want. But until you hit a baseball, you're not going to be able to. You're not going to know that feeling.
Yeah.
So do you think if it's like that, do you think these coaches that are like coaching these like one-on-one coaching for 18-year-old Timmy, do you think that's a little bit of a waste of money and a little bit of false advertisement?
Well, maybe. Because you're saying this kid's 18 years old and his parents are buying him coaching?
Fine, let's change his age to 16. That makes more sense.
I mean, you might be retarded and not know like how to move, because it's not like there's a book like proper movement in Fortnite or proper aiming in Fortnite, right?
Not like there's a tutorial or anything.
No. Like you can move all four keys, but that doesn't mean like you know how to.
Yeah, you don't know how. Yeah.
You don't know how to navigate the map necessarily.
You got to press spacebar 46,000 times per match.
That's a lot.
Well, that's all Fortnite is jumping with shotguns.
I don't know. You forgot the building aspect.
Double pump. Oh yeah, there's that too. Jumping while building while shotgunning.
Yeah.
How fucky Discord is for a second. So, past few days I've been able to use my mic, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't say I'm active right now. Also says I'm playing COD World at War.
Steam also says you're playing COD World at War, so I wouldn't.
Does it?
I mean, when you fucking closed the other game, it said you did. Oh well, now it says you're active, so I'm sure you just didn't move your mouse.
Oh.
Yeah, for me. It shows you playing World at War on Steam as well.
Because like if you sit here and talk, right? Discord just knows that you're making sounds, right?
Yeah.
Like if you leave a fan on in the background, you could be making sounds. I think the color that if you're online or offline or all that, it's based on your mouse movement.
Oh, okay, so the green circle, if it's green, that means you're like actively
Yeah, like you
moving.
just started moving your mouse after a long time, didn't you?
Yes.
Because you just turned green from yellow.
From yellow to green, yeah.
Then it's less fucky as I thought it was. It just thinks I'm playing COD World at War still.
Which Steam does also. So.
Yeah, it's just linked to your Steam is all. Or have you done that?
I don't know.
I don't think it's linked to your Steam because if you start up like fucking I don't know whatever game it's not on Steam, like if I start
yeah,
Minecraft,
I guess yeah. There's a thing on Discord that like you can set to show what game you're playing, and so that's what.
What if I just need to turn mine off and on again?
Maybe.
Have you not turned your computer off and on in the last week?
He just leaves his computer on for like hours.
Well, there's
like
what
days.
day was it where I was playing World at War and I had to restart it 3 times because it took over. That's 2 days ago. Turned it off 2 days ago.
But your computer's just been on for 2 days.
Yep.
Nice.
Jesus Christ.
Been chilling out right next to me. That's all I had. Unless Patrick has more.
Yeah, I do actually. So there's a couple things, mostly Fallout 76 related things. One, there's I don't know if there's a pronunciation for this. NZXT. I guess they make computer cases.
Yeah.
Sorry. They're making a Fallout 76 themed case. There's a link to it if you guys want to look. It looks pretty cool. It's like that cherry red, Nuka-Cola red. It's got like the Nuka-Cola girl with like the spacesuit on one side and it has the Nuka-Cola logo on the front.
How much?
How
many of my hours must I give these people?
The Nuka-Cola H700 will be available for $300. $300.
Seems to be at this website I can build a PC using this case too.
Also on Fallout, the QuakeCon was this week, and so they unveiled, or I guess talked about, I don't know what the right word is, but they talked about a lot of Fallout 76 stuff. Some of the highlights being that, special systems, strength, perception, endurance, charisma, intelligence, agility, luck.
Yeah.
The framework for that design is going to be a card-based perk system. Does that make sense?
That was announced earlier. Did they announce something else too?
Was it?
Yeah, that was back.
Oh, I didn't know. At E3?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Oh. Did they go further in depth? I imagine if they're talking about it, like.
It's entirely possible. Honestly, there's a super long video. I didn't watch it. Kind of reading the TLDR here, but.
Ms. Dane.
I know someone else who also read down the list about it.
Have they talked about the what their thoughts on the griefers and dickheads are?
Kinda. They just said that like it's not really about that, and they're gonna do things to limit that.
Oh, Todd Howard here says that we turned the assholes into interesting content. Looks like killing other people is gonna put a bounty on your head, and a revenge system is gonna allow you to kill the people who killed you. You get extra money.
Right.
Or extra caps or whatever.
So it's not really a PvP game.
No, they said earlier they didn't want it to be a PvP game.
Yeah, so they don't want it to be Rust.
Yeah.
I have one complaint about this case, and that is the power button is not a bottle cap. I feel like that would have been a really cool feature.
Alright, well, I'm sure I could get you NZXT's customer complaint email, and you could send your qualms to them.
And where's the one that had the Nuka-Cola emblem on the side?
You're looking at it.
That is it.
Well, I see the red. I see the astronaut girl, and then there's the
and then so see on the skinny part where it says Nuka-Cola.
Oh, I thought you meant there's like a bottle cap emblem. I was over here looking at the clear side. I'm like, bish, that ain't nothing here.
Negative.
But I understand now.
Words. Sorry. Also on Bethesda topic, some of the Red Dead Redemption gameplay came out recently.
That's right.
You guys seen that?
I did watch it.
It looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was reading some like conspiracy theories about it, right? I guess Red Dead is supposed to just be like a base layer game, but they expanded a lot upon that, which I'm looking forward to because there was a good amount of shit to do, but like there wasn't a whole lot of shit to do, right? It was just like you're a cowboy, you get into some sweet gunfights because there wasn't at the time there was no games based back in like that era. So
Oh, you're talking about the original Red Dead Redemption?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to get into cowboy gunfights, you didn't want to play like Modern Warfare, right?
Yeah, you played Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah, because it was the only open world game based in that era of time. And it was a good game, too. It wasn't just like that's the only thing it had going for it.
Yo, I remember our clan.
The Wild West Mafia is coming back.
Yo, it was turbo lit.
I never tried the multiplayer feature on it.
It was great.
Didn't they have a zombies mode DLC at 1.2?
Yes,
I think so.
they did.
I never got to play it, but I imagine Jordy probably played it.
I played it. It was pretty good.
That's all I got, I'm gonna be honest.
All right.
Though.
Any closing words from anyone?
Be sure to check out the archives. Check out the videos we post. Pretty. Is it daily or is it every other day?
No, it's Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
Oh, okay. So 3 times a week we post what, like top 10 videos, top 5 tech, stuff like that.
Yep. You got it.
Yeah.